Hey, this is David from Dash Off Road, and if you own a tank, just bought a tank, or thinking about buying a tank, and you want to know how this stereo and instrument cluster work, I'm going to go through it step by step from what I've learned in owning a tank for since, I don't know, 3 months or so. And it's basically taken me this long to work it all out. This is the home screen when you turn it on. Pretty standardized sort of thing, radio, media player, air conditioning sort of stuff. And you can click into any of these and get into more detail about what's going on. But I want to go back a step. So navigating, yes, it's all touch screen. And you can even, very cool feature, press the camera button, and I'm so impressed at the camera system. But there's other videos about that, so we don't need to go into it. What I do want to go into is all the sort of the secret menus that reside inside of this stereo system. Like, did you know that you could go down to this sort of pull down menu, and there's a lot of options. There's custom. If you press and hold one of these areas, you can go into a sort of a custom area and see what other things that you can do. I didn't know that until some clever person on Facebook showed me. Thank you to whoever that was. And there's expert modes. So I'll go into what the expert modes are as well and how you manage them. And then after that, if you hang around, I'll show you the inside outs of the instruments cluster too, because that is probably the most detailed cluster that I have seen in any vehicle, to be honest. All right, back to this one. Let's start at the customization. I know it says Robbie Williams here. That's my wife's song, not mine. Just saying. But if we press and hold any one of these little tiles, we can get rid of the items that are here, and we can place other ones in its spot. So let's say I wanted to have a look at, I wanted the radio to be on the left hand side. There's a few different ways I can set it up. So I can have it as a small icon, big icon. Oh, sorry, we're back to air conditioning there. But you're starting to get the gist of what's going on. Media, radio. I want it really big like that. Let's do it like that. So you can make this as custom as you choose. If you want to know what driving mode you're in, a quick way to get to your heated seats setting, this is fully customizable. So let's set this back up again. So that's my sort of setup. You do it however you choose. And if you want a second screen, you can set that up too. Next, let's go down into the pull down menu. So there's all sorts of stuff you can do here. The bits that I've found I use is, if you can see it, but this says off-road cooling. So if I want to turn on the thermo fan, you can do that remotely here. The other one I like to use is the steering wheel heater in winter anyway. But what I've done is set up a custom key. So over here, I can decide what I want my custom key to be. So custom key is the one with the little asterisks there. So when I press that, I'll get out of here. When I press that asterisk, it'll come up and steering wheel heater is on. I'm going to turn it off again now. So that's just a convenient sort of way from the steering wheel to turn things on and off. You can add stuff in here too. So down the bottom, we can add customized buttons here. I've got most things already set up, but I don't know if I wanted to have something to do with my seat reclining there, I could do it as well. But it is very customizable. And you can change your home menu, so you can actually turn the whole display off. Maybe you got the drive in or something, if those things still exist. Oh, I've got to press OK, and that just makes it black. And if you want to have a look at just another option, you can have, if you don't want a busy screen set up there, you can have it just set up with a date and time, so forth. So there's some other cool things I've set up here. That's the auto start stop. So I didn't even know this car had it when I bought the car, but there's a button next to the gear lever for that too. Ambient, dynamic ambient. So that means, these lights around the outside here, they're just constantly changing. My daughter loves that. Her preference is the blue setting. Actually, so is mine. All right, let's get out of here and have a look at some other things. Down the side here, these are all your volume controls. Why they put that on the driver's side has got me, because it's only like just here where I could access that anyway. If you ask me, that should be on the other side so the passenger can touch it. Nonetheless, all the other sort of modes and things that I have, I won't spend quite as much time in here, because you can go and do that yourself. If you want to go and set up your ambient lights, and you want it to be, here we go, ambient light color, you can choose the brightness. If you want it dynamic, on or off. There we go. I want red. I should change to red. And I like blue. How cool is that? All the driving aids, I turn the whole lot off because they're all annoying. Even more annoying is the electronic lane keeping. You have to do that every time you get in the car, but everything else you can turn off and leave off. We've spoken about the seats, that's the long way to do it, and parking assistance and so forth. All right, let's get away from that and move over to the cluster, because once again, this is one of the most informative clusters that I can see. Even now I can see I haven't got my seatbelt on. It's going to be a pain recording this video, so I'm going to put my seatbelt on in my garage. Here we go, that goes away, and now that gives access. So imagine you've sort of got 3 sections here, and down the bottom that's slightly more highlighted down here. I'm going to press the button on my steering wheel to go from left to right. See, now it's highlighted over here. I'm going to go to the other side, left and right. Now if I press this home button just once, this menu system comes up. So I can now change what I want to come up in this area here. So I can have the trip meter, whatever music, Robbie Williams, that I'm playing at the time. Turn by turn navigation. So if you've got the stereo on over there, and you can't see your navigation, it'll come up with whatever your next turn is here. I think that's a really appropriate place to put it. If there's any hazards or warnings, and then settings, I can go down and set all the metrics. So I like that one for me to be the turn by turn, but you've got to plug your phone into the car, it's not wireless, and then you've got Apple CarPlay. Now if I go over to the left hand side, here we go, I've got to get out of here, that's the back arrow. So now I'm over the left hand side, and I can do the same sort of thing. It's got all your trip computers, so forth. I can press that home button once and it will give me options to what I want on that side as well, and I can double it up. I don't know why I'd ever want to do that, but you can if you want to. I generally just have all the trip stuff. I think that's makes sense. Press OK on the dash. If this is just all too busy, say you're full driving or doing a bit of rally through the hills or something, press and hold this home button. Watch what happens. There you go. Now all you've got is speed and RPM. That's it. Yeah, I might do that if I was off-road, maybe, I don't know, but I'm a details person. I must admit I like all the detail on the screen. So that's most of the cluster and stereo, but there's one other thing I want to tell you about, and it's called expert mode. Oddly, you've got to press the button down here to get in there. I should turn the light on so you can see it better. But now it says, hey, you're in expert mode. Are you sure you want to do this? Of course I am. All right, now I can change extra things. So there's 3 modes that I can customize, and I can go between 1, 2, and 3. And essentially, I'll do it so you can see if you wanted different combinations. But essentially, we're changing, actually I'll start right to left. All your electronic stability control, dynamic this and that, and basically that's how it's going to apply brakes of what you've got there for wheel slip. In the middle you've got steering mode, so that means how much you have to turn the steering wheel because it's electronically assisted. What you want to do, I generally keep it in sport and I turn that lane keeping crap off. This is kind of interesting on this side. So it's got drive mode. If you read the manual, it says it gives it more power if you put it in sport. I don't really know how it could do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it just changes the throttle response. So it's a perception of more power, normal and economy. I don't know. If you're maybe you're full driving and high range, you could put, and you didn't press any of the other modes, you could press this. I don't know why you'd use it. Maybe you're going for a bit of a thrash through the hills. You might put it in sport to get a bit more throttle control. Maybe get rid of a bit of lag. Who knows? But that's all there, and you can reset it if you don't like it. Confirm. All right. Hopefully this has given you a bit more of an insight of what the Tank 300 is and does. If you want to know more about this sort of stuff and you want to chat about it, come over to our Facebook page. That's Tank 300 Modified, and that's where everyone's talking about all the things that they do to their tank, modifying them, and just cool stuff in general. Thanks for watching. I'll do more videos like this, and I'll see you next time on YouTube. Yeah.